I have so much stuff to say. Like, I have notes. Like, I have notes. Oh, I have notes. Like, notes, bitch. And I even have my book here because I just feel like I just need to have some citations, and I don't want to misquote anyone, Mr. Gary Zukov. Okay. I don't even know where to start because it's so much. So, in picking someone that you want to date, I just want to say that this is coming from a perspective of experience, and this is why I'm writing these things. I have written these things down and why I have chosen to share them. Choosing to date people or be around people or experience a relationship with people who treat you wrong is a form of self-harm. Let's just be clear. I say that because, you know, we live in a society where we don't feel as good as we should because of like social media. We feel like we gotta live up to these beauty standards and these body standards and these monetary standards. And so when we feel less, we don't treat ourselves as good as we should be treating ourselves. So in that, we accept others treating us worse than we even treat ourselves. And that is why I say it's a form of self-harm, because you may not directly treat yourself bad, but if you are allowing someone else to, that's like slow suicide. Like, why would you want to be with somebody that's not treating you how you deserve? Like, why would you want to be with someone that's constantly lying to you? Why would you want to be with somebody that's constantly manipulating you? Why would you want to be with somebody who's constantly making you feel like a sexual object when you know you want a deeper connection? Why would you want to be with someone who's telling you I love you, but then they going out and cheating on you? And granted, some people are in open relationships and that's fine, but for me it's like, if you tell me you gonna be faithful, I'm gonna need you to be faithful. If I've told you I want you to be loyal, or you said you're gonna be loyal, or don't promise me anything. Like, that's where I'm at with it with people. Like, when I meet somebody and they be all like, oh, I like you, and they be all trying to get all romantic, whoa, pump your brakes, scrap. Pump your brakes. Like, we don't gotta do all that right now. Like, just get to know me. Like, get to know me. And I have guys that come around, they be all like trying to send me all these like, oh, I like you, and kissy face and this, that, and the third. And it's like, you don't even know me. Don't send me that. Like, no, get to know me as a friend. See if you really like me. Because you looking at me, you thinking I'm one thing and I ain't that, and I promise you. And a lot of guys, they do that and they think they gonna get this whole reaction from me. And before, I ain't gonna lie, I would let them. I will let guys say things to me. I will let guys do things to me. I will let guys manipulate me. And you know, it's coming from, for me, it's like I always, because I see my father go through certain things and the hurt and pain that he went through, I had a different understanding of men, and I knew that they had feelings, and I knew that how they loved, and I knew all that. So like when I would meet men, I never knew how to separate the fact that they're not my father, and they're not going to love me how I deserve to be loved or how I feel I deserve to be loved. So learning that was like the best lesson ever, and I really honestly just recently learned that a few months ago. I might tell that story, but I ain't gonna put nobody on blast. So like, pick someone who really loves you and appreciates you, but you cannot know how to pick that person if you don't love yourself. So it's very, very, very key that you love yourself. You have to, and you have to be whole. You have to be okay with being alone before you can even think about being with somebody else. Like, if you're going to go be with somebody out of trying to fill a void, or not feeling adequate enough, or not feeling like, oh, I can't be loved, but this person loves me, so I'm gonna accept it, and all the bullshit that come with it, don't take it. If you know that that's not what you want to deal with in the long run, don't deal with that shit. It's okay. Somebody better will come along, and you gotta have faith in yourself and in the universe and God or whatever you believe in to know that this ain't the person. Somebody else gonna come along that's better, and that's fine with me. Yeah, and see, this is the thing. Men and women, we're taught the man is to get the money and he do this and he provide, and the woman is to have the kids and take care of the family, and she don't do this, she don't do that. Listen, I get it. But it don't always have to be like that. It don't. Like, it don't. It's 2018. We millennials. Like, things can be different. It don't gotta go like that. If you wanna, like me, I know whoever gonna end up with me gonna have to be a different type of person to even understand me, because, like, you heard my story. My mind worked different. I look at women the way most women look at men, because they didn't have a father. If you understand that, like, when I was dating women, like, I wasn't shit. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to have a woman here, woman there, woman everywhere. Might even have a nigga over on the side if you act dumb. Like, and I ain't got time. So that's why I was like, I ain't gonna do this. But some of us, because of that lack of self-love for ourselves and in them, or lack of power that they feel, they like to prey on the individuals they feel are weaker. So they like to manipulate and be like, oh yeah, I like you beautiful, blah blah blah, like compliment you, swoon you, run all this game on you, only to get your draws, because at the end of the day they don't feel powerful. Like, I feel like men they don't have the grounding that they should have a lot of times, and a lot of that grounding comes from having two parents and learning the duality of being masculine and feminine. So if they feel like inadequate in some way, or like they're lacking power, they're gonna try to get it from external sources, and sometimes that is multiple sex partners. So they will prey on you, feed on your soul for the good 10 to 30 minutes of whatever rounds y'all gonna have, and then they off and they done, like, got my charge up, and then they leave whoever feeling powerless, which has happened to me. And then I turn around and I do X, Y, and Z, or try to manipulate the next person. It's like a fucking cycle, and at some point we got to break this shit, because I'm over it. Excerpt that I want to read about marriage and souls, because at the end of the day, we are just souls. I don't care what religion you believe. I don't care what philosophy you believe. We are souls. At the end of the day, our purpose here on earth is to learn and love. That is it. And be light. That is it. So there was an excerpt about relationships. It's a whole chapter. If you are trying to find yourself, I suggest you get this book. It's really expensive now, I think, because it's really popular and people trying to find themselves. So it's like, man, I bought it when nobody was thinking about souls. But it's 147 and 148. So I'm going to read it really quickly, because when I was reading it, like I said, I was taking notes. This is before I even thought to sit down and do this. So, it's just basically explaining partnerships and what it means now in this day and age to be in a relationship with someone. Okay, it says the archetype of spiritual partnerships be between equals for the purpose of spiritual growth, is emerging with our species. This is different from the archetype of marriage, which was designed to assist physical survival, and in which the partners do not necessarily see themselves as equal. So, like, a man would get a woman because he can't cook, clean, whatever, and a woman would get a man because she's not strong enough to go chop down that tree and kill that fucking bear or that fucking squirrel to get dinner. Okay, when individuals enter into marriage, the ability of each to survive is physically enhanced. They are more capable together of finding fire, shelter, food, and water, and of defending themselves than they are individually. The marriage archetype reflects the perception of power as external. So, like, basically, I'm gonna go get you because I'm gonna go get a man because, well, like I just said. But nowadays, women are now able to cook, clean, go get the job, bring home the bacon, bitch, start a business, have a baby, some more shit. So, I'm gonna explain that. That was the relationship of a marriage. So, a relationship of a spiritual partnership is the archetype of a spiritual partnership reflects the conscious journey of a multi-sensory human towards authentic power, which authentic power means you find power within yourself. You don't use it to you don't go outside yourself manipulating people trying to make yourself feel better. You basically, you know who you are, whose you are, you ain't tripping. Spiritual partners recognize the existence of the soul and consciously seek to further its evolution. They recognize non-physical dynamics at work within the world of time and matter. They see matter as the densest and heaviest level of light that is continually being shaped and reshaped by the souls that share the spirit of learning. They consciously co-create their experiences with each other within a live earth that loves life very much and with compassion for the universe. So basically what it's saying is, you find a partner in life that you understand that you guys are evolving separately, but choosing to do it together because you understand that this partner may help you get through the things you have to experience and vice versa. It's not based off of just the sole purpose of you're gonna financially support me or you're gonna have my kids and you're gonna keep my house clean. You get what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you going through something, I want to be here for you. I want to be that shoulder for you to cry on. I want to be that one to keep you grounded when people messing with you at work. I want to be that one when you fighting with that sexual addiction that's going to help you talk you through that and get you through that, because you know it can get hard out here for a pimp. You know what I'm saying? There was another excerpt I wanted to read from this also. So we're going to get to that, and that's 221 through 222, and I read that chapter like a few days ago, but this chapter I actually read today, and it was about power. So I'm gonna read that. And I literally just said sexual addiction, so this is why I said that, probably part of my subconscious was like, go talk about it. But it says, if you reach for an addictive sexual relationship, for example, you are reaching for love. It is an illusion that you think that you are reaching for something so manly or womanly. You are reaching for love, but you will not admit it and you will not deal with it. So there is anger within you because there's a level of energy and emotion that longs to be born but never given an outlet. It is emotionally, spiritually impossible to have a sexual connection with a human being and not ignite certain emotional patterns. But they are a continual dead end street when there is no relationship or true emotional feelings to go with the act. Therefore, there is a level of brutality, frustration, and eventually emotional disease which results in physical illness and breakdown because a significant pattern is being tremendously abused. Remember, you get what you ask for. Asking for love is asking for the energy of the soul. It brings with a genuine concern for the other. You cannot prey upon someone whose well-being is in your heart. But long story short, it's like, why are you having sex with somebody who don't care about you? I had to learn that a few months ago because I met this guy I really liked. Would see him all the time. He would just light up a room. He was just so happy. He had been through so much and he just was still just so rambunctious and happy. And I was like drawn to that because I'm like, oh my God, you just went through all that and you just up and happy, and I'm all inspired and I'm like seeing his soul shine through. And you know, things happen and he just disappeared. And you know what was terrible too? I was so afraid that I disappeared on him too. And I wanted to love him and I wanted to be with him, but I really genuinely just didn't know how. And no matter how, like, I would make an attempt to like talk to him and it just wouldn't go anywhere. And I just had to eventually give up and realize like he don't really care about you. I would go on his page and check and see how he doing, and this one day I see him post somebody else. I'm like, oh, so you just out here. You ain't care about me. You just came to get what you got and you wanted to dip. So it was just like, damn. And that was like the one moment that happened to me, because I'm like, yo, you too old for this. Like, you not no teenager. You too old for this. So I'm just sitting here like, you got played. You too old. Like, too fucking old. How old am I? Like, and it was just like, yo, you got to make smarter choices. Like, my intentions was to love, and I was looking for that in him. But it's like, if I really love myself, in that moment, I would have never even allowed that. Like, I would have made sure I built a relationship with him first to see if engaging in a sexual act with him would have been appropriate, and I would have seen that maybe he didn't like me like that, or he may have even gotten to know me and like me, but like we totally skipped every fucking thing. It was like, tonight is the night to become one, bitch. Spice Girls, bitch. And it just didn't work out. And it's sad because shit was amazing, I ain't gonna lie. But it didn't work out. And it's just like, we gotta stop this. Like, at some point we gotta do better. At some point we gotta just look at ourselves and realize, like, what are we doing? And it's like, I know with so many women out there who feel like, oh, I gotta put my ass online, I gotta put my titties out there, I gotta be this sexual object, I gotta sensationalize myself and show myself in this way so I can attract these men to like me or to love me. Cause like, really, when we looking for love, when you see a girl out there doing all that, she just looking for love, but it's like, yo, that's not the right place. Like, you looking for validation and self-esteem and a whole bunch of shit online. It's like, yo, look within. And I'm not saying these girls don't love themselves, because some of them very may. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that if you looking for someone, let him get to know your soul. Because at the end of the day, all this shit gonna fade. Them titties gonna drop, that ass gonna drop, your skin gonna get wrinkly. With me, I might look pretty today, eczema tomorrow. You know, I might have my wig on now, unsnatch this bitch, it's gonna be gone the next. And it's like, if they get to know your soul, like you on the inside, flaws and all, they don't give a fuck what you look like. And you know, we be turning down people and acting like we don't like people, and they be like, they ugly, but you just never know. I've dated people who I really genuinely fucking loved and liked, and everybody was like, she ugly, why you talking to her? Why you talking to him? Because I genuinely like him. I see their soul shining through, and that's what I like. I see the person they are. I see how they treat the people in their life. I see how they light up a room when they walk in. That's the shit I be attracted to. If you are attractive on top of that, it helps. But I understand now, like, that shit don't matter. I don't care how good you look, how big anything is, or anything like that. Is you good for me is the question. I want to know if we good for each other, because if not, I need to keep it moving. And like, that's where my head is at now. And I realized that in the past where I failed with dating is because, you know, I've always thought like this. Like, I ain't gonna lie, with females it was more physical. You know, I never really tried to get to know, but that was some issues I had with myself. I used to hate being a girl. I'm gonna be completely honest. I used to be like, I'm about to be an FTM, because I used to be so tomboyish and all of that, and I just really genuinely thought that no guy would accept that. I was like, my daddy loved me, my brother loved me, everybody loved me, but I'm getting teased for being a boy. Like, I used to have fucking straight backs, chipped tooth, all that. But long story short, I just wanted to do this video because I felt like I wanted to start a conversation. If you want me to go deeper into this, I feel like I got pretty deep. This video probably about to be a good 30 minutes long, but I just wanted to share this information and get it to you guys and start a conversation and just spark the mind of somebody who may be out there struggling with dating out there, because I struggle with it too still, because now that I'm even more further on my path of my purpose and learning myself and loving myself, it's even harder because you go and come in contact with these fine ass people who hurt and who need love on the inside, and sometimes they don't even know how to do that for themselves, and you be trying to show them and express it and share that with them, and they don't even know how that even works or how that even goes. And you know, it's going to be hard, but you can't settle, and you can't let anybody treat you any old kind of way. Like, you got to be strong enough to say, you know what, this ain't it, this ain't gonna work, I'm gonna meet somebody else. You know, I hope that this message, I hope that this message receives you, and that you just listen to what I have to say. Please comment below if this is something that you've been dealing with, or if this video helped you, if there's anything that you want me to talk about.